Hello everybody, shalom, welcome back. Today we are back again in another beautiful Sunday. Um we still have the Christmas stuff here. They're gonna be gone by next week. Cause we need to start getting rid of them now. We still have everything. But they're gonna be gone by next week except for the snow, because I guess snow goes until the end, like mid end of like February, I guess, something like that. So the snow and the snowman is staying there, and so is this. I like that, to be honest. But everything else is it's going. Now we mostly just been doing songs lately. We haven't actually done church in the last like 2 weeks, so we're not gonna be doing worship this week. So does everyone go ahead and open up to Leviticus 5? Go ahead and open up to Leviticus 5. Whether on a virtual Bible or a real Bible. Go ahead and open up to Leviticus 5. We're going to be reading from 5 to 10. So, hope everyone had a good week. Hope everyone's been doing good. Alright. So, wait, did we already read 5? Did we already do 5? Oh my gosh, it's so laggy here. Yo, this has actually been blowing up. I'm gonna continue that.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
No.
I am Kira Kai Pow Pow.
Okay, let's see. Did we already read Exodus 5? Yeah, you see? The finishing plan of the tabernacle. Let me read this one real quick. So, hello everybody, shalom, people watching live, and Mr. Pizza Man. Nice to have you here. Oh. Okay, so then it's Leviticus 1 then. We haven't even started Leviticus. Everyone open to Leviticus chapter 1. This actually isn't going to be long. It's like 2 pages. Alright. So, Adonai called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting. He said, "Speak to your people of Israel and say to them, when any of you brings an offering to God, you may bring your animal offering either from the herd or from the flock. If his offering is a burnt offering from the herd, he must offer a male without defect, and if his offering is and he is to bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting, so that it can be accepted by God. He is to lay his hand upon the heat of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted on his behalf to make atonement for him. He is to slaughter the young bull before Adonai, and the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, are to present the blood. They are to splash the blood against all sides of the altar, which is by the entrance to the tent of meeting. He is to skin the burnt offerings and cut into pieces. The descendants of Aaron the Kohanim are to put fire on the altar and arrange wood on the fire. The sons of Aaron the Kohanim are to arrange the pieces, the head and the fat one on the wood, which is on the fire of the altar, and he is to wash and he is to wash the entrails and lower parts of the legs with water, and the Kohen is to cause all of it to go up in smoke on the altar as a burnt offering, for it is an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. If his offering is from the flock, whether from the sheep or from the goats, for a burnt offering, he must offer a male without defect, and he is to slaughter it on the north side of the altar before God. And the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, are to splash its blood against all sides of the altar, and he is to cut into pieces, and the Kohanim is to arrange them with the head of the fat on the wood, which is on the fire on the altar. He is to wash the entrails and lower parts of the legs with water, and the Kohen is to offer it all, and make it go up in smoke on the altar as a burnt offering, for it is an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. If his offering to Adonai is a burnt offering of birds, he must offer a dove or a young pigeon, and the Kohen is to bring it to the altar, snap off the head, and make it go up in smoke on the altar, and its blood is to be drained out on the side of the altar, and he is to remove the food pouch and its feathers from its neck, and discard it on the pile of ashes just east of the altar. He is to pull it open with the wing on each side, but without tearing it in half. The Kohen is to make it go up in smoke on the altar, on the wood which is on the fire as a burnt offering. It is an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. Anyone who brings a grain offering to Adonai is to make his offering of fine flour. He is to pour olive oil on it and put frankincense on it. He is to bring it to the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, and the Kohen is to take a handful of fine flour from it, together with its olive oil and all its frankincense, and make this reminder portion go up in smoke on the altar as an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. But the rest of the grain offering will belong to Aaron and his sons, for it is an especially holy part of the offering for God made by fire. When you bring a grain offering which has been baked in the oven, it is to consist of either unleavened cakes made of fine flour mixed with olive oil, or matzah spread with olive oil. If your offering is a grain offering cooked on a griddle, it is to consist of unleavened fine flour mixed with olive oil. You are to break it in pieces and pour olive oil on it. If it is a grain offering, if your offering is a grain offering cooked in a pot, it is to consist of fine flour with olive oil. You are to bring the grain offering prepared in any of these ways to Adonai. It is to be presented to the Kohen, and he is to bring it to the altar, and the Kohen is to remove the remainder portions of the grain offering and make it go up in smoke on the altar, as an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. But the rest of the grain offering will belong to Aaron and his sons, for it is an especially holy part of the offering for Adonai made by fire. No grain offering that you bring to Adonai to be made with leaven, because you are not to cause any leaven or honey to go up in smoke as an offering made by fire to Adonai. As an offering of first fruits you may bring these to Adonai, but you are not to be brought up onto the altar to make a fragrant aroma, and you are to season every grain. You are to season every grain, the offering of yours, with salt, but not omit from your grain offering the salt of the covenant with your God, but offer salt with all your offerings. If you bring a grain offering of first fruits to Adonai, you are to bring as the grain offering. Put your first fruits, kernels of the grain from fresh ears, dry roasted with fire. Put olive oil on it and lay frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. The Kohen is to cause a reminder portion of it, its grits and olive oil with all its frankincense, to go up in smoke. It is an offering made by fire for Adonai. If his offering is a sacrifice of peace offerings, then if he offers before Adonai an animal from the herd, then no matter whether it is male or female, it must be without defect. He is to lay his hand on the head of the offering and slaughter it at the entrance to attend a meeting. And the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, are to splash the blood against all sides of the altar. Needs to present the sacrifice of covering the inner organs, all the fat above the inner organs, the 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and the covering of the liver, which he will remove with the kidneys. Aaron's son will make it go up in smoke on the altar. Aaron's sons will make it go up in smoke on the altar on top of the burnt offering, which is on the wood of on the fire, and it is an offering made by fire, a fragrant aroma for Adonai. If his offering for a sacrifice of peace offerings to Adonai from the flock, then when he offers it, no matter whether it is male or female, it must be without defect. If he brings a lamb for his offering, he is to present it before Adonai. He is to lay his hand on the head of his offering and slaughter at the entrance to the tent of meeting. And the sons of Aaron are to splash its blood against all sides of the altar, from the sacrifice made as peace offerings. He is to present Adonai with an offering made by fire. It is to consist of its fat, the entire fat tail, which he will remove close to the lower backbone, the fat covering the inner organs, and all the fat above the inner organs, the 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and the covering of the liver, which he will remove with the kidneys, and the Kohen will make it go up in smoke on the altar. It is food, an offering made by fire to Adonai. If his offering is a goat, then he is to present it before Adonai. He is to lay his hand on its head and slaughter it in front of the tent of meeting, and the sons of Abraham are to splash its blood against all sides of the altar. He is to present from its offering an offering made by fire to Adonai. It is to consist of the fat covering the inner organs. An offering made by fire to Adonai is to consist of the fat covering the inner organs, the covering of the liver, which he will remove the kidneys, and the Kohen will make them go up in smoke on the altar. It is food, an offering made by fire to be a fragrant aroma, and all the fat belongs to Adonai. It is to be a permanent regulation through all your generations wherever you live, that you will eat neither fat nor blood. Adonai said to Moses, "Tell the people of Israel if anyone sins inadvertently against any of the mitzvot of Adonai concerning things which should not be done, if he does any of them, then if it is the anointed Kohen who sinned and thus brought guilt on the people, he is to offer Adonai a young bull without defect as a sin offering for the sin he committed. He must bring the bull to the entrance of the tent of meeting before Adonai, lay his hand on the bull's head, and slaughter the bull in the presence of Adonai. The anointed Kohen is to take some of the bull's blood and bring it to the tent of meeting. The Kohen is to dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times in the presence of Adonai in front of the curtain of the sanctuary. The Kohen is to put some of the blood on the horns of the altar for fragrant incense before Adonai there in the tent of meeting. All the remaining blood of the bull he is to pour at the base of the altar for burnt offerings, which is at the entrance to the tent of meeting. He is to remove from the bull for the sin offering of all its fat, the fat covering the inner organs, all the fat above the inner organs, the 2 kidneys, the fat on them near the flanks, and the covering of the liver, which he will remove with the kidneys. As it is removed from ox, sacrifice as peace offering, and the Kohen is to make these parts go up in smoke on the altar for a burnt offering. But the bull's hide and all its flesh, with its head, the lower parts of its legs, its inner organs, and dung. In other words, the entire bull he is to bring outside the camp to a clean place where the ashes are emptied out. There it has to be burned. There you burn it on wood with fire, and there where the ashes are emptied out is to be burned up. If the entire community of Israel inadvertently makes a mistake, with the assembly being unaware of the matter, and they do something against any of the mitzvot of Adonai, concerning things which should not be done, they are guilty. When the sin they have committed becomes known, the assembly is to offer a young bull as a sin offering, and bring him before the tent of meeting. The leaders of the community are to lay their hands on the bull's head and slaughter the bull in the presence of Adonai. The anointed Kohen is to bring some of the bull's blood to the tent of meeting. The Kohen is to dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle it 7 times in the presence of Adonai in front of the curtain. He is to put some of the blood on the horns of the altar before Adonai there in the tent of meeting. All the remaining blood he is to pour out at the base of the altar for burnt offerings, which is at the entrance to the tent of meeting. He is to remove all its fat and make it go up in smoke on the altar. This is what he is to do with the bull. He must do the same with this bull, as he does with the one for the sin offering. Thus the Kohen will make atonement for them, and they will be forgiven. He is to bring the bull outside the camp and burn it as he burned the first bull, for it is the sin offering for the assembly. When a leader sins and inadvertently does something against the mitzvot of Adonai concerning things which should not be done, he is guilty. If the sin which he committed becomes known to him, he is to bring as his offering a male goat without defect. Lay his hand on the goat's head and slaughter it in the place where they slaughter the burnt offering in the presence of Adonai, for it is a sin offering. The Kohen is to take some of the blood and the sin offering with his finger and put it on the horns of the altar for burnt offerings. His remaining blood he is to pour it out on the base of the altar for burnt offerings. All its fat he is to make go up in smoke on the altar, like the fat of the sacrifice for peace offerings. And thus the Kohen will make atonement for him in regard to his sin, and he will be forgiven. If an individual among the people commits a sin inadvertently, doing something against any of the mitzvot of Adonai concerning things which should not be done, he is guilty. If the sin he committed becomes known to him, he is to bring as his offering a female goat without defect for the sin he committed, lay his hand on the head of the sin offering, and slaughter the sin offering in the place of burnt offerings. The Kohen is to take some of his blood with his finger and put it on the horns of the altar for burnt offerings. All its remaining blood he is to pour out at the base of the altar. All its fat he is to remove, and the fat is removed from the sacrifice for peace offerings. And the Kohen is to make it go up in smoke on the altar as a fragrant aroma for Adonai. Thus the Kohen will make atonement for him, and he will be forgiven. If he brings a lamb as a sin offering, he is to bring a female without defect. Lay his hand on the head of the sin offering and slaughter it as a sin offering in the place where they slaughter burnt offerings. The Kohen is to take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and put on the horns for the altar for burnt offerings. All its remaining blood he is to pour out at the base of the altar, and all its fat is to be removed, as the fat of a lamb is removed from the sacrifice for peace offerings. And the Kohen is to make it go up in smoke on the altar on top of the offering for Adonai made by fire. And thus the Kohen will make atonement for him in regard to the sin he committed, and he will be forgiven. No. Everybody go ahead and stand with me.
Hello, everyone.
I didn't press that. The gold statue of the which should not be done. He is to praise the master of all, the creator of the world. In the beginning, that he has not made us like the nations of the land, and not positioned us like the families of the earth. They have not assigned our portion like theirs, nor our lot like that all of their multitudes. For they prostrate themselves to vanity and nothingness, and pray to a God that cannot deliver. But we bow and prostrate ourselves and offer thanks for a Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed is he who spreads the heavens and establishes the earth, and the abode of his invisible might is in the loftiest height. He is our God, there is nothing else. Our King is true, all else is insignificant. As it is written in his Torah, and you shall know to this day and take into your heart that Adonai is God in the heavens above and upon the earth below. There is nothing else. And that's what God is saying. Shemo Ehad, which on that day the Lord will be one, and his name will be one. Shem Yeshua. Yavrech Adonai Mishmarecha, Yaver Adonai Panabelecha Vichunecha, Yisem Adonai Panabelecha, Yisem is Shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord make his countenance to shine upon you and give you his peace wherever you go. Shalom, everybody. I will see you Thursday. I'll see y'all Thursday. Bible study. Shalom, everybody.